Hey guys, it's Logan again from Apotheosis. Our backhand day was Zap Super Archers. It's just so powerful, so strong, working well for me. And once again, using Dragon Duke. Now he's upgraded now, but I still can't decide if I want to use Dragon Duke or the World Champion, the Seeking Show Rock Spear the whole time. Both are powerful. Some bases call for either or, but we're still figuring it out. But they've been working out really well for me again. I had two fails. I had this little close fail, and then this one where my Warden died on the walk. So if your Warden dies on the Warden walk, it's kind of hard to recover. Just not gonna lie to you right there. Anyways, let's get into the ledge attacks. I hope you guys enjoy. So when looking at this base, I immediately identified I want to zap out this Bomb Hive and Revenge Tower. I'm looking at it now, I realize I can zap out the Bomb Hive, Revenge Tower, and the Fire Spitter. Now on the attack, I don't hit the Fire Spitter. I mean, think about it. But you can hit all three. That's huge value. So in doing so, I want to make sure I Warden Walk into a thin area of damage where I know he's not going to die. There's over here in the Clan Castle Rage Tower. Nope. Rage Tower over here. Nope. So the two spots is here and here. 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Now looking at the base more, you see how there's two Ricochet Cannons over at 3 o'clock. So if I just send the Dragon Duke solo by himself on the two Ricochet Cannon side, he can just solo his whole chunk of base and he's going to have no issues. And if I just kind of send everything else over here with a log launcher into this Inferno, trying to angle and this long shot, take out the Town Hall, we'll easily take out that section. So the only thing left to be over here and down here. So basically, two Rage Tower sections should be the only parts left in the base. We just need the army to go through, which honestly isn't too much at all, especially with the spell support that we'll have. So what I'm going to do is literally just Ward and Walk from 12 o'clock and have zero issues on the space. It's just an OP plan. Now, this base, I really do think the Dragon Duke is 10 times better than the Royal Champion. If you can identify a double ricochet area where there's not too much air damage, like I mean just an air defense and a expo, you can just totem that. The Dragon Duke goes absolutely insane. So I just zap out two zaps and then no two quakes and six zaps, take out the Revenge Tower and the Bomb Hive. I could have hit the Fire Spitter if I angled the zaps better. But here I was realized I don't need to wait any longer. I don't have to make the funnel anymore. The funnel's already made because of this dead zone right here. So I realized I'll just send the army at the edge of the funnel and then just kind of let everything go in and send the log launcher in too. So that's exactly what I do. I don't know why I wall breakered. I mean, it's not like as many wall breaker options. I have three of them. So what can I do? One, open this, open this, open this. Yeah. So I send the Dragon Duke in. From here, it's a little tricky. Making sure I just told him to make sure the log launcher makes it to the town hall. And we're just sending the King and the Queen just to the edge over here because I get through this weird wall section. It really weird. But look at this Dragon Duke. I told him the air defense and the expo, and he just stays alive. I drops archers behind him. Make sure you drop your cleanup whenever you get a chance. Like archers, just because the Dragon Duke, he does do air, so you don't want to drop the minions behind him. So just clean up. Always make sure you clean up. That's something you have to remember. Always. So from here, the army just gets right through this rage tower. Zero issues. The king and the queen and the super archers, no issues. So from here, I have a rage spell, king ability, queen ability, and the poison. We have not triggered yet the CC, so the CC must be some ground. And there's some rocket loons coming on through. And they're gonna be something ground, either rocket loons or ice clones. You know what? Is exactly both. So the minion, not the minion prince, the dragon duke's coming from across the base, and he blows up partially on the rage tower. So rage tower gets triggered because the dragon duke taking out all this huge section. He took out all of this. He took out super wizard tower. He took out literally half of the rage tower section and damaged half of it. Triggered the rage tower, and the base is just cooked. I popped the king ability because I was on the rage tower. It's always nice to pop the spiky ball on the rage tower, just because it's just it hits everything on the rage tower, which is usually going to be heavy damage. People don't usually put like a normal archer tower or like a blacksmith inside a rage tower range. Usually it's going to be heavy damage. So we still have the rage spell with some cleanup troops, the cleanup archers getting some nice value, and we still have the clean ability. You know what? We just swagged the rest of everything, and this base easily goes down. Like this is a base that you 100% want to make sure you have Dragon Duke for, just because it's insane. But on other bases, you want to have RC. So I'm trying to figure out if it's more often I want to have RC or Dragon Duke. Still, they're both very powerful. So when I was looking at this base, I was initially drawn to that very center, that juicy center, Max Inferno and a Bomb Hive. Bomb Hive takes 5 zaps, 1 quake, but Max Inferno takes 6 zaps, so gotta do 6 zaps, 1 quake. And from there, look for a nice skinny spot to send the Warden Walk to, somewhere where he's not gonna die. So immediately these Rage Tower areas and CC, that's a big no-go over here. Right here in the Bomb Hive range area with the mono, maybe even long shot if he walks in more. A little risky, so at 12 or 3 o'clock is the best location to send the Warden. I'm going to send him at 3 o'clock because there's not too much damage. And if he starts taking up too much damage from, say, the X Spell and Ricochet, just Rage Spell, helping him get through there quicker, and will be zero issues for him. So just Water Walk, I dropped the Furnaces, Tesslings, Healers, and I did 6 Zaps and 1 Quake. Quake first, so that's always important. Make sure you Quake first, in case there's any Builder Huts. It's just a little habit you gotta get into. Sometimes there isn't, but you need to anyways. So I just sent another Tesla just because I don't know if there's anything gonna be coming up there. And there's a level 2 Dragon Duke on defense. Even at level 2, it still has like 9,000 HP, so still a menace on defense, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie at all. So from here, I'm gonna send the army left into the Rage Tower for Log Launcher, make sure I take out the Town Hall. If I had the Rocks Piercing, should not be OP to take out this section, but I would have some trouble getting through these back end Rage Towers, maybe. So in this case, I'm just gonna use the Dragon Duke to help get through the Rage Tower, because think of his ability. The stun is basically like the Frost Flake. So it's basically another Frost Flake, but he also does crazy damage. So I send the Ice Golem, the Throwers, the Fern, and then the Super Archers, and then they're just kind of just chilling through there. And I use the Queen to help funnel, King to help funnel, and I send in the Dragon Duke to this Rage Tower section. Using the total to make sure he's not going to take too much damage from like Scatter Shot, Air Defense, help keep him alive. Also total for the Log Launch, make sure Log Launch gets the Town Hall, because I'm relying on this Log Launch to take this Town Hall and this Long Shot, so I had to make sure it got the value. And I poisoned the CC with CC Furnace and some Ice Golems. And since I want my Dragon Duke ability to get through this other Rage Tower, I used the spells on this Revenge Tower. I used the freeze. I think that's probably just a freeze, yeah. So to freeze it to make sure my Dragon Duke pops his ability through here, because while it's like a Frost Flake, it's even better than that, because it'll freeze the heroes as well, and it doesn't have a limit on how many defenses. It's just a radius. So it stuns this defending king, which definitely helps out. And look at this Dragon Duke. He's going to kind of get cooked here a little bit, but that's okay. He did his job. He froze up the Rage Tower, so these Super Archers just back here, he's just chilling. They're just chilling. And they work out nicely. I'm also dropping cleanup archers around the base to make sure. Always make sure you do that whenever you get the chance, so you don't have to focus on your attack anymore, because you only have a few spells, right? So once you're done with those, or you know where to use them, you can place the cleanup, because time can always be a factor. So make sure you don't make time be the factor that causes you to fail, because that would just be very, very unfortunate. So from here, whenever it gets to 30 seconds left, you have maxed out, and what is this thing called? Magic Mirror. You pop it at 30 seconds, you get full value. But only level 26, you gotta pop it at 25 seconds left. But I don't ever know which count I'm on half the time, so I guess it is 25 seconds would be better for the Magic Mirror. But from here, just finish out. Now, do I think the Dragon Duke or the World Champion, the Rock Piercing, should be better than Space? Honestly, I think they both work out, but I really would like the World Champion Seeking Shield to take out this section, just because I can use the Queen ability to get through the Rage Tower, I can use the Rage spell to hook it through this other Rage Tower, use other spells, and King ability to hook it through the Rage Tower that I think the World Champion would be stronger on this base particular. Just because that has really good value taken out with the Seeking Shield Rocket Spear. Really, and it prevents Giga Bomb and would help with time, because this got a little close on time. Just because it had to go all the way back around the base. I had to do the loop-de-loop, if you know what I mean. But still, 3-star nonetheless. So this base, a little bit toxic, I'm not gonna lie. It's just very common too. So I'm mainly drawn to just Warden walking this Town Hall side. Can I take a long shot? Hopefully. Maybe not though, because it's really, really far. That's the idea. And then zap out the Bomb Hive and the Revenge Tower, because I always want to hit the Bomb Hive, almost always. And the Revenge Tower is also a very, very nice target. So just take it out, easy peasy. So from here, the Warden, he's just gonna do his own thing, walking. And typically, I want to use a Siege Barracks on this base. Because I'm not pulling out the long shot, I switched to a Log Launcher. I'm going to switch back to Log Launcher here in a second. I'm going to use a Skelly spell to distract the Log Launcher. And I'm going to send it in. Just make sure I get out that long shot and that Town Hall, because I do not want to risk a 1-star. So yeah, there's a Skelly spell distract and a Log Launcher. Don't ever send a Log Launcher in a corner on base like this, because they could put Teslas or bait there. People aren't going to bait like the sides. People usually come from the corner. So, yeah, just nice little thing to note. So I send in the Ice Golem, the Throwers. The Throwers are the tank for the Super Archers. Super Archers, Queen, King. I'm using the Dragon Duke with the army on this side, because I'm using him like a Frost Flake once again. So he's basically going to Frost Flake a Rage Tower for us, which will allow us to get enough value to keep our Super Archers alive. Because the biggest thing for these Super Archers, especially on a Rage Tower, is going to be the Multi-Inferno Tower. You want to make sure that thing is out of the way, not killing your Super Archers. You can heal through it, right? But it's just a little bit more tricky. So these Giant Bombs hit, but you know what? These healers, they got us. I'm using these spells to keep the Dragon Gook alive, because I'm trying to lay his ability to get as much value as possible. But you know what? It wasn't quite where I wanted, but it does freeze the multi Inferno Tower at the Ricochet and helps us take out the mono, and it gets that Inferno down to one shot. So you know what? It's chill. So I still have the Queen ability and a totem. A totem, I was trying to think, okay, I can keep these super archers alive from the Super Wizard Tower, but you know what? They're already cooked. So it's like, oh, well, I guess the bulk of them went left instead of going right. I was thinking they were right, so I kind of messed it up. I probably could have saved that totem for back here for this Ricochet and Scatter Shot, being better value, but you know what? It's okay. It won't make too much difference at the end of the day. So I just make sure I drop my cleanup archers around the base wherever I can clean them up. It's kind of hard when there's a ground expo on the outside of the base to know where to send it. But look at these super archers. They trying to hit the wall. Try and hit the wall. They take out the Inferno and this expo. No, scatter. Inferno and scatter through the wall trying to take out the wall. Throwers will not do that. Super archers are really nice for time issues. They really, really are. And that's why I just like them. They're just really powerful right now. And against these bases that are anti-throwers like this, all these skellies everywhere, air skellies everywhere, trying to kill throwers, trying to get them distracted. Super archers get through them easily. All these compact bases, super archers, they just slingshot right through them. Man, it's really that simple. It really is. And I'm having fun with it. I really am. So on a base like this, I'm instantly drawn to zapping out this bomb hive. And so not a max inferno, so it's 5 zaps, 1 earthquake. I take out the bomb hive, the inferno, the rage, and the poison tower. It's just a crazy value. So I want to look for where the log launcher. I can either warm walk from here, 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 or here. I pick from this corner in particular because I'll get better log launcher value. I can get through like the ricochet and the inferno. If I go from down here, the log launcher just goes right here and it kind of gets wrecked by a long shot. Or go here, it's just it's just not as good. So I come from this angle, get better value. And this rage spell is just absolutely horrendous. Like, what am I doing here? This rage spell's doing nothing. The warden walked out of it in a millisecond. But as well, you make sure you drop the warden, the testlings, the healers, the furnaces. And once you make the funnel, because once I make this air defense go down, I have the funnel made. I can just kind of send the army to the right. And now I'll drop the ice golem, the throwers, the super archers, the log launcher, and the queen to help funnel, and the king to help funnel. And this warden, he gets down pretty low here. So, you know, I told him to keep him alive, and the furnace comes out of CC, so I froze it. I had a couple ice golems pop out, not ideal, but it happens. Also, wall breaker to push the throwers and super archers in too. Little things like that really do add up. Now, this warden, he was getting really, really low because his ground expo. I didn't take it out the warden walk because of the CC popped out. So I had to drop my last totem to help distract that. And also using the earthquake here to help soften up the walls to make sure the walls will open up so I have everything pushed to the core. At the same time, the super archers, they're walking a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but they're just gonna walk with the king, not take any damage. I was thinking, where can I use this Dragon Duke? Probably best over here to help push everything, keep him alive so the stun gets value. Because over here, this is four big air defenses right here. He'll just die. If he can live through all that and get through here, that'd be absolutely OP. But here, it was just what, one big air defense, two big, three air defenses. But he can stun and he'll have support for the rest of the army too. It made more sense. Now in this base particular as well, the RC with the Seeking Shield and Rock Spirit would be better. Just because I could take out this section, my army would funnel better. But because I wasn't able to take out this section with the World Champion, like usually would have zapped throwers or zap super archers, eh, Dragon Duke's not the best in this base. But his death damage from the Fire Spitter is helpful. I mean, we're gonna have a whole bunch of army still up, right? It's just particular. It was a pretty disgusting looking attack because everything split like one way, other way, and it's just, eh. But yeah, pop the queen ability. Basically, swag the queen ability. Only pop it just to help with getting through this base. Just help keep the super archers alive. But king ability popped. King ability was gonna pop anyway, so I could have swagged the queen ability if I wanted, but wasn't really feeling like it on this base in particular. But still, a very strong attack that I'm still kind of torn between using the RC and the Dragon Duke. Maybe if I can figure out how to use the Dragon Duke better, I could do it better. But you know what? Eh, it is what it is. Now this Seleno, this is a very, very common base that he's running. What I like to do on this base is just Warden Walk from this top corner, Siege Barracks over here, send everything into this Town Hall, and then zap out this Inferno and this Bomb Hive. Because Max Down Inferno takes 6 quakes, I mean 6 zaps and 1 quake. Now with the Dragon Duke, it's not really any like crazy spots to put it, to be honest, right? You know what I mean? With the Royal Champ with the Rock Spear Seeking Shield, you just take out this Revenge Tower and the base is cooked. It really is. But this Revenge Tower with the Dragon Duke, it's kind of cooked because you can't really send the Dragon Duke to this left side because that's air defense, Air defense, air defense, air defense. He's just gonna die. But I wall breaker to break in. I siege barracks early. I always siege barracks first, and then drop the rest of the army just to help clear out the section early. So then I do the ice golems, the throwers, the super archers, the Tesloons, and then the queen, and the king's gonna come in here soon too. And the dragon duke, I figured the best place him like right here, because not really any air defenses over here. It's just the spitter. That's really about it. I mean, it's air defense here, but not really too much. So he's just chilling right there. He really is. So he's just walking around. He's just doing his own thing, walking around town. I figured I should totem, distract this air defense and the scatter and this ricochet. That'll keep the super archers alive, and I'll keep the dragon duke alive for longer, so I can get through this section of the base easier. So we gotta get through both these rage towers, and once we get through that, my base is gone. So this first rage tower went down like nothing because I popped the dragon duke ability, help get freeze it all and everything. So that was really nice. And then on this base ticker, I like to drop the skelly spell for this section right here with the multi gear and the what is that called? Mono, just because it really distracts well. Unfortunately, in this case, I was a little bit slow on it, so it kind of didn't too much. But I have Rage Spell up here to make sure the Super Archers stay alive, and I freeze the Multi Inferno Tower to make sure the Super Archers do not die to the Multi Inferno Tower. Because if they get killed by that, that's kind of cooked. So they're getting just insane splash damage through here. The Dragon Duke's still alive somehow too, but we're getting into the big air damage section, which is kind of gonna cook them. So I still have the Queen ability. I pop it here just to help get through this heavy section, to help keep the heroes alive and the Super Archers alive, and the that's not a Minion Prince. That's a Dragon Duke and the Warden alive. So very much everything's alive here. But it's a little tricky because I accidentally wasted a wall breaker down here. I saw how a wall breaker into this revenge tower, and that's gonna cook me. Now it's an early totem as well. There's literally nothing but one super archer in the range of the revenge tower, so that totem is wasted. So if I either save the queen ability a bit longer, if I save the totem, save the wall breaker, there's quite a bit that I could have done to help get through this revenge tower, but it's too little too late. It's kind of death by 1,000, cuts. If I would have the Royal Champions to the Dragon Duke, this base would have been easily gone. Easily. Because I would have been able to just Rock Piercing Shield this out. So, some of these bases, I'm torn on which one I should use. Like, I really wish I had the Royal Champion on this base. Yeah, but the Queen, she's just cooked. But it is what it is. 99%, I mean, 99% is not too bad, so I'll take that. So this base, I'm mainly drawn to just a Warden walking either here or here, just 'cause this is thin. But for some reason, in my mind, I think I want to Warden walk the Town Hall. If I can Rage Spell, keep everything alive, makes a huge funnel, gives huge value. That's what I'm thinking. So I want to zap out Inferno and the Bomb High, which is just be 5 zaps, 1 Quake, because the Infernos aren't max level, so I just prioritize it like that. So that's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I want to have the siege barracks. So I send the Tesloons, the healers, the furnaces, and I zap out one Inferno and the bomb hive. So you know what? That section of the base is down, is done. Don't have to worry about it. Now I just have to focus on making sure I keep this warden alive. Because you need the warden alive in this attack. If you don't have the warden alive, your super archers are literally going to die to like a nosebleed. They have 700 HP if they aren't with the life gem. And with that life gem, they have like 1500. So I send the rage spell. You know what? The rage spell is too late, and the warden dies. So now everything's just gonna die to a nosebleed. Just gotta think about what to do here. Log launcher, skelly spell, distract the mono, the ricochet, and the long shot. Send the throwers to the right to make sure I get enough value. Send the super archers in, the queen, the king, and figured out, well, I gotta pretty much put the dragon duke behind here, just help take out this section of the base. So if anything goes to the center, it's not just gonna die to the fire spitter. So that's the idea from here. We're just making sure we 2-star, making sure we don't 1-star, which is what the log launcher was for, and help take out this long shot. So Dragon Dude caught a NATO, it's okay. But so his pathing here, right? He goes for closest defense. Closest defense is here, 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 here. Also, the king and queen, they're doing the best they can. Not really too much you can do, honestly. I freeze multi-inferno tower because I see these super archers are one-shot. I want this inferno tower down. So Dragon Duke pop his ability. I'm start dropping cleanup around the base here in a second. Like Archer here, here, here. The Dragon Duke, he's not quite like the RC, Like you see his tail, he's not anywhere close to his tail for like the rest of the army. So, eh. Look, if you could check out the Super Tower and Archer Tower, there's so much percent over here I could have got, but not quite gonna get that. These Super Archers are just gonna die to the furnace. They just poison them out mostly. And the Queen, she still has her ability. Gonna try to get some percent with her, but you can tell not having the Warden is absolutely killer. And there really is only like three major defenses still up. One, two, three. But with the two heroes here, I mean, even then, one, two, three. Basically four if you count the Barbarian King. Four major defenses up. The rest is basically just trash. If I could have the Warden up, this would have easily three-star. But you know what? It just wasn't meant to be. It was not meant to be. I just got cooked. Straight up. I raged too slow. I could have totemed. I could have done a whole bunch to keep my Warden alive. But I got greedy. At the end of the day, if you get greedy, it can cook you. So on a base like this, I'm mainly drawn to instantly zapping out this Inferno, the Poison, and the Bomb Hive. So I look for the easy spot to Warner Walk, which is just 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock. So I just end up Warner from 6 o'clock. It's a nice little simple solution. I feel like the long shot's less of an issue to deal with than the mono. Okay, the long range multi-gear is less issue to deal with the mono. So if you just zap directly in the middle tile and you just Earthquake and you easily take it out. That's that's really all you gotta do. So I had to use 6 zaps just because there was a maxed out Inferno. Maxed out Inferno and 1 Quake can easily get it through. So from here, just rage up the Warden because he's in a lot of heavy damage, help keep him alive. Or at least I would like to just wall break early, just to help open up the section. And which that's where I'll send my super archers in the army and everything. I'm gonna let the Warden take out these buildings right here, just because might as well. He's not gonna die taking them out, so it'll be easier on the back end because this back end is what we're gonna be finishing on. So if I can take out this section earlier, makes it a lot easier. So ice golem throwers, super archers coming on through, the log launcher, the Tesloons, and then the queen and the king just help funnel. And I'm going to use the dragon duke to help take out this town hall section, help take out this entire rage tower area, to help stun it all up. Basically use him like a frost flake that also freezes the long shot and the minion prince, which is really nice value, which is what I think. So just coming right on through. Earthquake as well to help get the log launcher to help soften up all these defenses. CC troops come out. I'm always afraid when rock loons come out because I feel like they're kind of super annoying, the super archers, because they can just absolutely wreck them with their death damage. But there's luckily only one. I've had some issues with that in the past. But yeah, Minion Prince easily can help take out the section, and the Queen's here too. But there's a NATO here, all these air skellies, all that. You know what? His death damage destroys all the air skellies. But every single trap, every spring, every giant bomb, every skelly, every air trap seems to be right here. So the Queen, she gets absolutely cooked. Her ability does nothing. So I have 2 totems. I'm just making sure the totems do not have the revenge tower take out the healers. That is what I'm worried about. I see the splash damage here, so I told him again. It wasn't actually healers in range of the revenge tower. It was the Sneezy in range of the Revenge Tower. So I'm just making sure everything can help get through here. King, I'm just to save his ability for as long as possible. This Ricochet is low, I didn't know that. If I use this minion, if I save this minion here is okay, but if I would have used it back here, take out this Ricochet. Always gotta make sure you get good minion value. And I skellied here at the Ricochet and the Mono because that was good value. And the Super Archers just taking out 2 buildings at once is really nice. When you have them all stacked up like that, they can just do so much damage. So here, it does look a little bit cooked, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this Revenge Tower is still full HP. Super Wizard Tower is still full HP. But look at the splash damage. They're destroying the wall, and they're doing damage to the Revenge Tower. The Super Archer splash damage. Look at that. So I pop Spike about 92%. It takes out the Revenge Tower one shot. Boom. Take out the Ricochet. Take out the what is it called? The bomb tower. And you know what? The base is gone. Was it the cleanest? No. Did the queen get really any value? No, she did not get a single bit of value. She literally did nothing. Her ability did nothing because she went through every single bait. But you know what? Even when in bait, it still worked. My level 13 super archers. So on a base like this thing's toxic. I don't like this. But I'm mainly drawn to zapping out the bomb hive and the revenge tower. So I'm gonna do that, all the spells, all the quakes, all the earthquakes, and the zaps. And just Warner Walk from 6 or 9. 6 just because it's just more natural for me. My thought is use 2 loons here too. Now looking at more detail, I could definitely zap out a zap out a scatter, maybe even an inferno. I probably could have got an inferno with this 2 tiles. Yeah, I could have zapped out an inferno tower too. I could have got all of this right here, but I didn't do that. So I send the army, just make the funnel. I use a Skelly spell, and I send the log launcher to get the town hall because there is an invis tower there. I don't want to risk a 1 star. So I just kind of send the army, king as well, wall breaker. I'm gonna use the dragon duke to help get through the CC section. Look at that, that is nasty. CC, Inferno, Ricochet, double super wizard tower. I use 2 loons. They'll take out this archer tower. I'm just gonna use a minion to back here to help clean up. Just 3%. It's helping with time as well. That's my idea right there. So we're just pushing right through this section. Imagine I took out this here. That would have been OP, but I didn't. I didn't do that. I messed up. I could have got way better zap value. So the king, he's getting wrecked. I was wondering, when do I drop the Dragon Duke? I figured, well, might as well drop it now, right, on this Ricochet. I'll take that out. Whenever I pop his ability, it'll help out. And I rage spell here, so I want to make sure everything gets to his very center and stays alive. Pop the queen ability because I want to make sure the giant and the queen tanks the super archers. I want my super archers to live. And the frozen up Dragon Duke freezes up the Inferno and that defending king. That defending king literally got one shot by the super archers. He was max HP and he got one shotted. Doing crazy damage, and Dragon Duke just stays alive up top. Well, he's gonna start taking too much damage from this multi-arch tower and his mono. His mono gonna get him. Nah, some black air bombs got him, but he blows up, takes a multi-arch tower. His death damage is just so nice. But from here, it's just clean up around the base, archers, the boogers even, and we're just kind of walking. We're just doing, the the Harlem Shake. We're doing the Harlem Shake. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was from way back. That was when I was like 10 years old, I swear. And now we're just chilling. Is it the best attack? No. I could have got way better zap value. Look at it now. But even with the not as good zaps, it's still gonna be no issue. A little close, but yeah, no issue. Now in this space, the Dragon Duke is way better than the World Champion in my opinion because he allowed us to get through this section with stun with the freeze. That stun was OP. It really did help out. So I'm still torn on which one I should use. But you know what? Eventually we'll figure it out. But for now, I think I'm just gonna default to the Dragon Duke. So we did go plus 297, which isn't too bad. I mean, yesterday was what, 301, today 297. Couple mistakes here, couple mistakes there, but Army's pretty strong. It's working out well for me, and resetting decently high. I believe top 500 in this account. Because I didn't really gain too many trophies, did I? No, only 23. Today, I could lose some today, honestly. I don't get another defense. My defense, I don't know why it's so bad in this account. Using the same base my other account. Other account, I think it's like 97 out of 5 on defense. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know what. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow.